Yo, what is up, all gamers out there? The name is Tekken Heat, and for a while I've actually been wanting to make this commentary, pretty much discussing on why I prefer open world arcade style racers over the track simulator style races. Pretty much why I like games such as Need for Speed, The Crew, if I had Xbox, Forza Horizon, over games like Gran Turismo or Forza Motorsport or say Assetto Corsa or Project Cars. The reason why is for multiple reasons. I've always been team arcade and team open world over team sim ever since I was young. And this is why. Pretty much I get more enjoyment out of open world racers because one of my biggest problems with track racers is that, well, they're very repetitive in my opinion. And this is coming from a person who doesn't play that many track sims, kind of because, well, in my eyes, I see it as a very repetitive thing. Every time I look at a Forza Motorsport or a Gran Turismo or kind of any track-based racer, I see it as very repetitive as the fact that a lot of them will normally go for the same tracks, go for a lot of the same cars, and in my eyes, outside of Forza, it seems like a lot of the track racers, even though they will have a very, very large car list, there's not much you can do with the cars outside of like a performance and tune. You know me. I love my customization, and in a lot of open world games like, again, Need for Speed, The Crew, and Forza Horizon, you can customize your car as well. Yeah, there won't be as big of a car list, although I guess Forza is a great exception. At the same time, it's like when it comes to open world arcade racers, they focus more on like the creative fun stuff you can do, whereas the track sims are more of a realistic style races. That's why a lot of times you kind of see, let's say, like drifters or people who want to get like their track day practices in, you always see them playing stuff like Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa is probably like the biggest one. But you see them play a lot of the track racers because they want to get that track day feel, but say like not waste gas money or tires or anything that would be used on the track. They would rather just, go home and practice on their big setup where they actually have like a proper wheel, a racing chair, and they're in that racing environment. For me, even though I do like or always wanted to really get into tracking, like IRL, I feel like I would rather just do that IRL than actually do that at home. Yes, it would be fun, but there are just some things where I don't want my entire life to be based on realism. I guess one of the greatest examples I have outside of racing is shooters. Outside of racing games, I was always a big shooters fan, more so of a Call of Duty. And a lot of the things that always went on with that was a lot of people would complain that Call of Duty is not realistic. Especially in the eras of like the future with all the boost jumping and stuff. A lot of people always complain like this isn't realistic and all this stuff. To me, I didn't care. That's the reason why I play video games. I play video games so I can do ridiculous stuff that I can't do in reality and just do it in a video game. So even though Call of Duty isn't really my content anymore, I don't do any first person shooters anymore on my channel, I feel like it's still a very relevant thing to talk about because it's how I feel about racing games as well. Even though, yes, realism games, like, I'm not hating, let me just clear that out, I'm not hating on realistic track games. I do not hate on it. It's a to each their own. Okay, to each their own. If you like that over open world arcades, then go right ahead. To me, I prefer open world arcades because it's a big thing is like it's very different. You can't say any one open world arcade is exactly like the other one. Like you look at all the Need for Speed games and you can't say this is exactly like its predecessor. Unlike, say, a Forza Motorsport. Excuse me, I got a cough real quick. Sorry, I've been very sick for these past couple of days. But when you look at all the open world games like Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted, Carbon, they all have its own uniqueness. When you look, especially when it comes to the map, I guess that's probably the biggest thing, is that I'm always looking forward to exploring something new. Even though I may be driving around in the same car, at least I'm exploring a new map. So there's some creativity in it where the developers have to, you know, come up with their own designs. Whereas a track simulator, it's like, okay, we just go out to, say, Laguna Seca. We just go out there and we try to replicate it as much as we can. And the reason why, again, why I don't play that many track racers is because you can only replicate a track so many times till it just becomes way too repetitive. Like in Forza, it became like, yeah, we're constantly replicating, doing our best, and now it's like, what can we do next? We're able to replicate how the weather acts on this track to where, you know, we know where every puddle should be at on this track. It's just like, okay, that's cool, but it just goes to show this is like, there isn't much else you can do. And even though there are hundreds of tracks in this world, there's only so many you can have. And it's not like they're having every single track in one game. There's probably limited to, I don't know, I don't play that many racing games, but let's say like 25, 50 tracks just in a game. And when you get the next sequel game, it's kind of like, well, we're gonna import like 40, 45 of those tracks on the previous game and put it into a new one and have like 5, maybe 10 new tracks that you probably haven't experienced. And sometimes it's like some of the tracks that we're bringing, some new tracks that we're bringing back are just old tracks that were in, like, say, 3 sequels or prequels before. So it's like there's not much else you can do. I'm being very like, it's kind of like my commentaries right now. I'm sounding very repetitive because, well, there's not much I can really say, but that's exactly how I feel with track games. You know, you get the idea, you get what the point is, you know what the message is, you know what's being said. It's kind of like, well, I want something new, or I don't know. That's pretty much just my honest opinions on track sims. Again, I'm not hating on it. I respect them. I like it a lot. In fact, I am really interested in getting like Gran Turismo Sport, which I don't know on like what level of, you know, track sim that is, but I do know it's a very big franchise and it's very popular. But I'm pretty sure people will be like Assetto Corsa or maybe Forza Motorsport is just better than it. But again, being a PlayStation owner, I can be very limited to what I can get. And according to a lot of people, Assetto Corsa is more so for those with like actual wheel setups and those diehards. And I'm not about to spend a lot of money on something like that. No. And I don't have an Xbox, so I can't play Forza. So I'm most likely gonna get it. Wow, that was bad. Most likely gonna get Gran Turismo Sport. I feel like it would at least be interesting. Maybe my mindset will be different, because last time I actually played a track game, like dedicated my life to a track game, was Gran Turismo 5, I believe. So that was quite a long time ago. And outside of that, I also play like Need for Speed Shift, which is still arcadey, but it's like an arcadey track. But I've at least had some kind of experience when it comes to track sims, I guess. A lot of the ones I play are more so like track arcades, but you get the idea where I'm coming from. There's a reason why I don't play that many of them, because it just feels way too repetitive, and over time it just gets too dull. I feel like when you compare the lifespan of, say, a track game, sorry about that, of a track game and an open world game, at least to me, especially for somebody who's a lone wolfer, I will spend more time on, I'll spend more time and have more fun on an open world arcade style racer than I will on a track sim. Maybe for those who are like dedicated drifters and stuff, will spend a lot more time on track sims, because, you know, they want to do tandems on like the same tracks that you have on like Formula Drift. Like how people went to like how they had the Long Beach event. Drifters want to replicate that. Drifters want to, you know, get their experience there, even though they probably can't fly over there and do it themselves. So from my point of view, I just have more fun with open world arcades. I feel like it's just more fun. It's always something new whenever you get when you get a new open world arcade game. However, whenever I see a track sim, it's like the same track that's been in like every other game, not just within that franchise, but in every other track sim style racer. So at that point, it's just more so about who has the better physics than the content itself. So that's just all my opinions. Sorry for this long ramble. This probably could have ended like 5 minutes ago, but if you're subscribed to my channel, you know me by now. I tend to ramble on a lot. That's just a habit I have. So probably time for me to end off the video now. Been going on for a bit too long. And well, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys feel. Are you team arcade, open world arcade, or team track sim? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know why you choose one or the other team, or maybe you just love both. And well, hell, there's no argument there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat. Been rambling on for too long, and peace. Make the ground shake.